Second World War. September 1, 1939, Germans first invade Poland. German units with more than 2,000 jet tanks and 1,000 aircraft attacked Polish defense along the border and advanced towards Warsaw in a massive lockdown attack. In keeping with its commitment to ensuring the integrity of Poland's borders, Great Britain and France declared war on Germany on September 3, 1939. The Polish army is defeated within weeks of the German invasion, and Warsaw surrenders on September 28, 1939. April 9, 1940. Germany conquers Denmark and Norway. In a blitzkrieg, German forces attack Norway and Denmark. Denmark is occupied in one day. German forces land in Norway near also the capital, and elsewhere to secure the south. Germany is also moving to take the ports of Narvik and Trondheim in the north. British forces intervened by landing at Narvik, Namsos, and Valles, but will be forced to withdraw in the first week of June 1940. On June 10, Norway surrenders to Germany. May 10, 1940. They are invaded by West Germany. The campaign against the Netherlands and France lasted less than 6 weeks, centering their attack throughout Luxembourg and the Ardennes forest near the French city of Sedan. The tanks and the German infantry break through the French defensive lines and advance towards the coast, trapping the armies of France and Great Britain in the north. The Allies managed to evacuate more than 300,000 soldiers from Dunkirk to Great Britain, but France roundly defeated Paris, the French capital, fell to the Germans on June 14, 1940. As part of the armistice agreement, France signs with Germany on June 4. Germany occupies northern France without the south remain free of occupation. A new French government located in Beach declares neutral in the war, but promises to cooperate with Germany. June 22, 1942. German forces attacked the Soviet Union. More than 3 million German soldiers, with the reinforcement of 500,000 auxiliary from Germany's allies, attacked the Soviet Union on a broad front that runs from the Baltic Sea in the north to the Black Sea in the south. 3 groups of the German army advanced toward the interior of the Soviet territory. Millions of Soviet soldiers are surrounded and forced to surrender. German troops continued to advance toward the outskirts of Moscow. In December 1941, the Soviet Union launched a counteroffensive that forced Germany to withdraw from Moscow. February 2, 1943, the 6th German Army surrendered at Stalingrad. In May-November 1942, the Soviet Army launched a counter-offensive against German forces deployed to Stalingrad and quickly ensured Allied German Army made up of about 250,000 soldiers. After months of fierce fighting and heavy casualties, the surviving German force, now some 91,000 soldiers, surrendered. In 1943, Soviet forces dropped the Germans back to the bank of the Dnieper River. The Soviet army remained on the offensive for the remainder of the war, despite some temporary ups and downs. June 22, 1944, Soviet forces launched a cruising offensive. Soviet forces launched a powerful offensive in the entire Eastern Front. The German forces are forced to retreat until near Warsaw at the end of July of 1944, and between August and September of that same year, the rest of the allies of Eastern Europe of Germany abandoned the war effort. Hungary, occupied by Germany in March, remains in the German camp. May 7, 1945, German forces surrender. In mid-April 1945, Soviet forces launched a massive offensive against Berlin. On April 25, 1945, Soviet forces joined forces with Americans attacking from the west at Torgau. On the Elbe River in central Germany, April 30, in 1945, a Soviet forces approached the command bunker in central Berlin. Adolf Hitler committed suicide. Berlin surrendered the Soviet forces on May 2, 1945. The German armed forces surrendered unconditionally in the west on May 7 and the east on May 9, 1945. May 8, 1945 is proclaimed Victory Day in Europe.